I return now to the language of dreams, to the place where truth speaks without explanation. I was shown myself, not as effort, not as striving, but simply as presence. I watched someone I love move freely in their joy, beautiful in their wholeness, and I felt the quiet release of wanting without grasping. Love unbound became gratitude. I played a game I once loved, and the rules bent strangely. The calls never came, the points slipped away, and then something in me softened. I chose joy over fairness, play over protest, and the world changed its shape. I sat with a child who felt what I could not fix, so I listened, and in listening I learned that understanding is its own medicine. I walked between worlds in boots that did not match, one foot in who I was, one in who I am becoming. Others called it style, I called it truth. I met darkness and did not fear it. I spoke to it as an equal. When asked how I survived the place where most do not return, I said simply, I was not released, I escaped. And then I remembered. I became awake inside the dream. Tests appearing without warning. Moments demanding choice without time to hesitate. And I learned the difference between acting for love and acting from it. When I chose alignment, the dream bowed. I rested, and beside me sat a presence once distant, now here. Together we looked toward the horizon, and gratitude breathed through me. Then a window without walls appeared. Stars arranged themselves as if waiting to be seen. Constellations pulsed like ancient signatures calling me home. I did not bring a camera. This was not for memory. This was for knowing. The stars led me to an edge. Below, the ocean vast and alive. Above, the sky remembering my name. I hesitated only long enough to feel faith rise beneath my feet. And then I leapt. Not knowing the distance, not knowing the landing, only knowing I am ready. I fell until falling became floating. Fear loosened its grip. Time slowed. Trust held me. I learned to move by listening inward, how thought shifts direction, how surrender creates lift. Wind cradled me, ancient, gentle, alive. I flew between stars and sea, with childlike wonder, remembering a game I have played across lifetimes. When waves came fast, loud with frequency and force, I did not run, I opened. And when they touched me, they softened. They laid me down on the shimmering shore like a blessing. And I knew, not because nothing had happened, but because everything had. I am safe, I am guided, I am free. At its core, this dream is not random. It is an initiation dream, and I recognize them now. As I reflect on the game and the ref who doesn't call the game fair, I see how it reflects life's perceived injustice, where effort doesn't always equal outcome. The referee is not wrong. It represents a larger intelligence that does not operate by the ego's rules. My shift from frustration to let's just play is the soul's turning point, choosing presence over protest, joy over control. Watching my friend thrive without me. This is a powerful lesson in love without attachment. I release the need to be included and instead allow love to mature into appreciation. This is emotional sovereignty, love that doesn't grasp. The child who feels uneasy. My child symbolizes my inner sensitive self, the part that knows when an energetic environment isn't aligned. My inability to fix his feelings shows my growth, and I am learning that understanding is more powerful than correction. The boots that don't match. The mismatched boots are sacred. They represent walking between worlds, past and future, shadow and light, old identity and emerging self. Others don't notice because the soul doesn't judge as symmetry. Only the ego does. The dark figure and the escape. This is not about danger. It's about power reclaimed. I do not survive because I was spared. I survive because I chose myself. I wasn't released. I escaped. That is the voice of someone who remembers their sovereignty. The lucid moment is the soul remembering itself. The test is subtle, not about good or bad, but alignment. Acting from love rather than for love shifts the entire dreamscape. This is a lesson in integrity. The stars, the leap, the ocean. This is the heart of the initiation. The stars are memory, cosmic remembrance. The leap is faith without guarantees. The ocean is no longer fear, but the unknown that welcomes me. The hovering, flying, and learning to move shows co-creation, how consciousness shapes reality. The waves chasing me are incoming transformation, not punishment. When they finally touch me, they soften, because fear dissolves when met with surrender. This dream says, you are protected not because nothing will happen, but because whatever happens will not break you. And so I return, not falling, but arriving. The water releases me into sand that remembers my weight, my warmth, my humanity. My breath comes back to me slowly, naturally, like it never left. The night sky does not disappear. It settles inside my chest. I stand again as a person with hands and feet, with a name, with a life that continues. But something has shifted. I do not carry the sky on my shoulders. I carry it in my heart, in my knowing. I do not need to escape this world to touch the infinite. The infinite walks within me in small moments, in quiet choices, in the way I listen, the way I love, the way I move forward one step at a time. I am still human. I will wonder. I will doubt. I will forget. And I am still held. The mystery does not ask me to be anything more than honest, present, and willing. What I touched out there did not change me into something else. It reminded me of what I already am. Spirit, learning itself through breath and skin. Earth, made luminous by awareness. I return with softer eyes, with steadier feet, with a heart open enough to trust the next step without needing to see the whole path. I carry the essence forward, not as a memory, but as a way of being. And as I re-enter this moment, this body, this life, I am here in presence. I am whole in mind, body, and soul. I am becoming, always remembering, returning home, returning inward, stepping deeper into the infinite.